Hi, long time no video. I'm now 8 months on T, 3 months as of a couple days ago on injections, and 8 months altogether. My dose, up until 2 weeks ago, it was at 0.75 milliliters. Depot testosterone, let me see, what is it? Depot testosterone, 100 milliliters. Intramuscular. Until 2 weeks, that's what I was at. But now I got my blood work done the day before my shot and went to my endocrinologist a few weeks ago, and he said that my levels were good. My testosterone levels were good, and I guess my estrogen was really low. But he said for where it was the day before my shot was still a little high, so I'm now at 0.64 milliliters every Wednesday, so I get my shot weekly. The nurse usually gives me about an inch or an inch and a half needle. I normally don't really feel it when she gives me the shot, which is great. And like, I was talking to her about teaching me how to give my own shot, but she said because it's intramuscular, she's not sure about. It's not that she doesn't think I could do it, it's just she was just trying to figure out how to do it, because she says, like, I guess if it was something in, like, my thigh or in my, like, leg, it would just be, like, looking down and figuring out like that. But I don't know, she said she's a old-fashioned nurse, and she like does, I don't know, some quartering method. I don't know what she does. It's like I'm usually like laying down and she gives it to me in my hip, not necessarily like my hip, it's like above my like butt area. She's like, I just have to figure out how I would teach you to do that, just because I get it done at the school's health clinic, and there's like winter break, and then there's summer, and she's like affiliated with like the Windsor Health Team clinic stuff, so I mean I can always just go to the clinic. But she was going to find out for me for our next, before like my next like session, and then figure out how to do it myself, because it's like behind me, so I'd have to like figure all that mess out. Hopefully you can hear my voices getting deeper. It's like crazy. I love it. I think I'm getting, I don't know, like a little bit of a apple. I can't see from the side, so I hope. I don't know. So that's happening. I sent in my name change and gender marker stuff a few weeks ago, but I got it sent back because I didn't like check off a box on the form, which is okay. So I checked off the box and mailed it back like 2 weeks ago. So I gotta wait for that. Hopefully they don't send it back again. Still being misgendered and stuff. And I mean, non-binary, so I mean, I'll probably always be. Right now, I'm like at this point where I don't really get it. Like before, with like my face and my voice and stuff. Well, mostly my voice, because I feel like my face hasn't really changed. And like I've been taking pictures and stuff, and it doesn't feel like it's changed, but I feel like I've changed how I see it. I don't know if that makes sense, but now it just looks like a face. I don't know. I just don't really like ascribe any gender to it. It's just sort of a non-binary face. To me, it has no gender. So when people immediately gender me, I'm kind of like confused because I don't see it at all. Like, I could understand a little bit more if people weren't using any pronouns because they weren't sure. Like that, I'd be like, okay, like, yeah, that's where I feel like people should be. Just like, hello there. Hey, you. But like when I walk in and people are like, hey, miss, and I'm just kind of like, what? I'm confused that people aren't questioning it. Now I just think people are weird. For misgendering me. Whereas before I was like, I'm like, you're wrong, but I get where you're coming from. Now I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying to me. I just feel so like detached from gender. So I had to cut that last video because I left. And by the time I got back home, I wanted to go to bed. I think in yesterday's video I said something about hoping my name change papers don't get sent back, and they got sent back today. Apparently I didn't send in my credit card information, which I totally did. I don't know, I guess they lost the sheet. Anyway, what more can I look at? Because I'm like, I could have sworn I filled out all that paperwork for money payment stuff. Let's hope I didn't do something else wrong. So my name change is still up in the air, and now I'm a little nervous about getting my name change done at school when I hopefully get it back and it's actually done and I get my new birth certificate. Not because I don't think they'll work with me or anything, but because two other students, like, they have their like official record name and their student card name like spelt wrong. And they've been talking to the like registration people about fixing it because they spelt their name wrong on the roster, and they're like, yeah, we've been talking to these people for like months and they haven't even just like fixed the error of spelling our names wrong. So I'm like, I really want to graduate with my name being called, not my birth name, because that'd be so gross. So I really want the register people to, you know, do the thing properly. I came out to one of my cousins. She's like 20 or 30 years older than me or something. And we used to be close when I was younger and stuff. And then when I went away to college, you know, and to university in Toronto, and then things got a little strained. And anyway, so I came out to her, and she was kind of weird about it. Like, she was trying to be supportive, but it just came off like really defensive. And like I don't know any of this stuff, and I'm really ignorant, and I don't know, and I don't understand. Like, I don't understand what's happening. And like I also said I was like bisexual, and she didn't understand what that meant at all. And she thought being trans meant I was asexual, and then I had to explain what asexual meant. And she was like, I don't know if I want to know any of this stuff. Like, don't tell me, or don't just tell me when I'm ready. I don't know if I'll be ready. There's a lot of confusing back and forth stuff. But then, like, at the end of it, she said, you know, you're still my cousin and I love you. But then she was like, but don't, you know, tell me too much about this because I don't think I want to know. But I'm also really ignorant, so I might say something stupid. And I'm like, I wasn't like upset. I was just kind of like, I don't know, like a slightly bit of like a draining experience, because I'm like, I just feel like I'm navigating her emotions to it, because she has very strong emotions to things. So it was very exhausting to hear her get very worked up about it. And then, anyway, last night, she asked if I could redesign the business cards for the company that she runs. And I said, sure, yeah. So she emailed me, and my Gmail says Cyrl Alexander. So she called me today and was like, so are you going by like a man's name now? Like, fully? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's not like legally done yet, but, and then she said, you know, that's illegal, right? And I'm like, it's not illegal. And she's like, it's illegal. Uh, I don't want to talk anymore about this. Actually, first off, when she called me today, which was only like a few hours ago, she started the conversation off with, "Now, I'm just going to say this one thing and then I don't want to hear about it again." And it's like, well, that's really off-putting. And then she asked me about the name thing, and then she was saying it was illegal, and I'm like, it's not illegal. And she's like, don't talk to me about that. I know it's illegal, because she's done a lot of like studying of history and like the Charter of Rights and stuff in Canada, so she always like recites it. And then she said, and like, I run a respectable business and I don't want to get involved in illegal activity. I'm like, I'm not trying to be a con man. I'm like, it's not illegal to legally change your name if you're trans. And I couldn't even try to explain that to her because she didn't want to hear anything. She was just so upset that I was doing something illegal and possibly bringing her business into it. And I don't know. And then at the end of it, then she said, okay, so call me back about the business card stuff. And then she hung up on me. And I'm like, wait, so do you not want me to do your business cards? Do you still want me to do your business cards? I don't know. She's a lot. So I was just left kind of baffled by the whole thing. My dad came with me to my trans group here, and there was actually a lot of people at the meeting that day that he came. A few like trans teens with like their parents. Well, mostly like their moms. He spoke to the coordinator. I don't know, I think it made my dad feel a little better. There was someone he could ask that wasn't me. I think he felt a little better after it. He's still not anywhere near ready to change his pronouns with me because he says it makes him very uncomfortable, and he's like, I don't know if I want to do this, and it's like, like, and I mean, I prefer that to like extreme like pushback where my mom's at right now. She's in like extreme denial that this is even happening. She's like, I don't hear anything different about your voice. You look the same, you sound the same. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're not trans, blah 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 blah. So that's where she's at. And multiple times she said, she's never going to change her opinion, and born a girl, always a girl, blah 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 type stuff. Sorry, it's just my medication reminder. Nothing new is really happening in my life. Going to school, going to work. Shut it up. So nothing new is really happening in my life. Going to school, going to work. I decided to go to my work's Christmas office party, whatever. It's McDonald's, I don't know, their Christmas party, which is next week, because like, I'm very, I guess, isolated and lonely, and maybe if I made friends at this thing, I can actually talk to someone at work, because I've been there since July, but I still haven't like made friends, and anybody that I have sort of like that I felt like I maybe sort of connected with, like, we don't really plan our shifts, so I sometimes only see them like once a month randomly between shift changes. I mean, a lot of people there are like high school kids, so I'm not like trying to befriend them. And the kids from high school have other high school friends that they can talk to, even if they're new. It's like, oh yeah, but we go to the same high school, and they might talk about that. And there are people my age, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm making a huge mistake. And I probably shouldn't go to this because I'm just gonna be, misgendered the whole time. And I don't know. It was $5 to go, and then they give you your $5 back. Like, I don't know. Maybe I am making a huge mistake, but I'm just like really lonely, and I don't really have anybody to talk to because when I go to school, I'm repeating my second year. So the friends that I had that I like started with, they're like already in third year. So, you know, we don't share any classes together. So I don't see them anymore. So when I go to school, it's like I go to school and I'm alone, I'm doing my work, come home alone, doing homework or sleeping or watching TV. Go to work, I'm alone, and it's just like I would like to talk to people in real life, maybe make a friend who I can actually hang out with. Hopefully I'm not making a mistake. I'm just hoping it won't be too awkward. So yeah, I think I meant to do the gender tag thing, and I did make the video. I just haven't edited it because I felt like it was super long. I don't know. Maybe I will edit it and put it up eventually. I've just been working and doing school, and so I haven't really had time to do videos because I normally like to do them when I'm alone in the house. And right now I'm not alone in the house, but my mom's in the basement, so she can't really hear me. But yeah, thank you people for subscribing. I'm like so shocked when like almost every day like one person is like subscribing to my videos, and I'm like, wow, people apparently enjoy hearing me talk about my day or something. Oh, and I dyed my hair kind of reddish. My cousin, who I told you about earlier, she's the one who dyed it for me like 2 weeks ago. But she said I didn't. I only bought one box, but she said I should have bought like two. It was just like the home permanent dye stuff. And she said I should have bought two because there wasn't enough for my whole head. Yeah, so I guess I will see you in another month or maybe earlier. I don't know. It depends on what happens or doesn't happen in my life. Okie doke. Ow. Bye.